You're listening to an Airwave Media Podcast.
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neal, and Jeff. This is Triviality.
Hello and welcome to Triviality, the game where a lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge. First of all, I need to thank Matt and Jeff for holding it down last week and bringing us a great episode, except for the fact that they said the show.
Right away.
They did botch it right away. But after that, they cleaned it up. They're not here today, actually, so it's me and Neal today. We're tagging in. Jeff and Matt are tagging out.
Yeah, we got the hot tag. We had to come in, but they did a nice job. That was one of the few times I don't get a chance to really listen to the show because we're on it all the time. You listen to it every time, but I listened to it and I thought they held it down nicely. So,
am I the only one who's heard every episode completed?
I think so.
Well, Jeff too, probably.
Yeah, Jeff too, probably. But you've heard it intimately.
Yes.
But yeah, so they're not going to be here today, but we have some really special guests joining us, and we're just going to get right to them because we're so excited to have them. So first, we're going to introduce our guest host. Returning to the show, all of our guests today are Oakland 5 supporters on Patreon, which we appreciate, and we're going to thank them very much so just in a second here with something. But our guest host today is going to be Blake Michelle, coming to us from Southern California. How are you, Blake?
Doing well.
And what's new in your world?
I've started a job at an auction house. It's the first job where I get a self-important title, which feels very nice instead of just cashier. I'm a currency operations coordinator assistant.
Oh, I like that. Wait, can you say that again?
Currency operations coordinator assistant.
It does sound important.
It sounds great. Yeah. So that's the COCA, as they call it in the business, I hear.
Coca, sure.
Coca, yeah. And then what are you doing with that then? So are you handling large swaths of money?
Yeah, I handle large swaths of money from all over the world: U.S., Canada, Thailand, Russia, China, which are the worst because they all look the same and they're a pain to catalog.
Well, I know we've been talking for years here on the podcast about finally doing like a SWAT type money grab, like Heat or something. So we'll have to have you be our inside man.
Don't talk about it on the podcast.
That's true. Yeah, we'll cut that. But Blake, you brought a game for us today. We really appreciate it. Thank you for being here, and yeah, thanks so much for hanging out today.
Of course.
We have two great competitors. They're going to be playing today against me and Ken. And we'll start with a returning player coming to us from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, just a little north of us, another Oakland 5, Karl Krueger. How are you, Karl?
Good morning. Thank you for having me. Excited to be back.
Yeah, we're so happy to have you back as well. Remind folks a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I live north side of Milwaukee with my wife, Vanya, and our dog, Bandit, and not a whole lot new since the last time I've been on.
Awesome. We love the name Bandit. Really, really cool. And that's going to kind of inform your team name a little bit, and we'll get to that in a second. But we want to introduce our last guest here. So excited to have them here, coming to us from Bryson City, North Carolina, Paige Worrall. How are you, Paige?
I'm great. I'm very excited to be here.
We're so excited to have you here. We've had you on our short list for a long time, and we've been waiting with bated breath to have you on. So tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're up to in North Carolina.
Yeah, I live in Bryson City. It's right on the eastern edge of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. It is lovely out here. I've only been here like 7 months, but I really like it so far. I'm a vet tech, which is a lot of fun / very stressful.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a fun job. It's different every day.
What's
see animals.
What's the craziest animal that you've dealt with?
Probably a Coatamundi.
Okay.
Oh wow!
Which is it's like a little kind of raccoony kind of thing. So it's like a long raccoon.
So do you deal with exotic animals too?
Not all.
Not
mostly
usually.
Dogs and cats, but one of our doctors does see exotics, so we get to see some fun things. Leopard geckos, hedgehogs, ferrets are my favorite.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow! So speaking of Karl's got Bandit. I'm going to give you guys picked team name already, but just for the listeners at home, speaking of dogs, is there one breed that you highly recommend people if they want to get a dog, and one breed that you might not recommend so much as far as having to see them at the hospital?
I mean, from a having to see them at the hospital standpoint, Huskies are absolutely wonderful, but anytime you do anything with them, it sounds like you're trying to saw their limb off. They just scream at the whole time. But look, all dogs are wonderful. My favorite are mixed breeds. If you're going to get a dog, please consider adopting instead of buying.
Awesome. So speaking of dogs, Carl has Bandit, and Paige is a vet tech. So taking a little inspiration, I think, from maybe Ghostbusters and just phrases in general. Today you're going to be It's Raining Techs and Dogs.
And since we gave the hot tag to Matt and Jeff, we are going to be Neal's favorite podcasting tag team, the Road Warriors.
The Road,
So
R-O-D-E.
we have all this great road equipment in the studio.
Just to give a little plug, that we won't
They
get
don't pay
anything.
us,
They won't
yeah,
get
no.
anything from,
Well, it's time to play the game, but first we need the rules.
The rules of the game are simple. 20 questions split into 2 rounds worth 10 points apiece. At halftime, there'll be a special swing round designed by this week's host. After regulation, players will enter the final round with the points that they've accumulated and will have a chance to wager 0 to 30 points on 5 categorized questions. At the end of the game, someone will be named the cream of the crop.
You're the cream of the crop.
All right, now that we and the listening audience knows how the game is played, why don't you take it away?
Hello, everyone. We're going to start with, sadly, the first 2 questions are the ones that I made hardest to pronounce because I like making life difficult for me. So we'll see how this goes. Round 1, question 1, your category is not what I was expecting. What country has the largest amount of glacial ice outside of the polar regions? Most of them are located in the country's northern regions of Gilgit, Baltistan, and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa.
All right, we heard a little something that was ringing a bell in the clue, so we're going to lock in.
Well, there's Greenland that has a lot of white on it on the map when I'm looking, and then like Russia because of Siberia, and then possibly Norway area. Those are my thoughts.
I think those would be good. I was wondering if there was some kind of mountainous glaciers that would count for that. I don't recognize any of those names in the clue there, but I think something like Russia would be good, or maybe Finland, something like that.
I'm good with Russia.
Cool, let's go with Russia.
Okay, good guess. We heard the word Khyber in there, and I believe that's usually associated to me with Khyber Pass, which I think is India-Pakistan region. So we said India.
Oh, no.
Pakistan.
You coin flipped, and it is Pakistan.
Ooh.
Well, at least I was regionally correct.
I was shocked when I first learned this. I was like, there's no way, but they have the most glacial ice outside the polar regions, all in their mountains. As you can imagine, it's a large problem because it's disappearing, and that's a huge source of their water.
It's the Khyber Pass isn't from Star. What am I thinking from Star Wars?
I don't know.
The Khyber crystals.
Khyber crystals. Okay, I knew it. They probably took that name from something. Okay.
Oh, I smell a new team name in the future.
Khyber crystal sounds like one of those water packets you put in with like electrolytes.
Yeah, did you know that that's not real coffee you're drinking? It's Khyber crystals.
It's Khyber crystals.
All right, on to round 1, question 2. Your category is Dutch boys' favorite sport. The Elfstedentocht 11 Cities Tour in English is an 125-mile-long national race in the Netherlands based around what sport?
We're going to go ahead and lock in with an answer here.
Carl, what do you think about cross-country skiing?
I was either thinking that or maybe ice skating, like a long distance ice skating. But I'm cool to go with cross country skiing.
Great guess. We were trying to link it to the climate change thing. That's a pretty long race, so we're thinking maybe cycling.
Another coin flip lost by It's Raining Techs and Dogs. It is an ice skating race.
Dang it.
Wow. So they just
Sorry,
it's just like a
Carl.
long distance ice skating race?
Yeah, and the ice needs to be a certain thickness to do it, and
That
it
makes
just
sense.
hasn't been in recent time. 2012 was the last time where there was a major push to have it, but the ice was never thick enough, and there's safety hazards. Round 1, question 3. Your category is apocryphal rock history. Nikki Sixx of Motley Crue claims the infamous second verse of what 1985 mega hit was written about his band in their flamboyant image?
Well, Paige, music is one of my worst categories. So
Cool, me too. Yeah. Great.
I'm so sorry.
it's how trivia works. I don't know. If you can think of any kind of mega hit from the 80s, I think
I was 3 years old.
maybe like Styx or something like that. I don't know. It's Come Sail Away.
Great.
The very
That's a
controversial
song.
second verse of Come Sail Away. It's controversial for me because I hate them. All the verses are controversial.
Yeah.
So we were thinking maybe this is going to be another coin flip loss.
Yeah, it might be.
I said Money for Nothing because the second verse has a lot of language that's not acceptable anymore in it. But we linked into the word apocryphal.
Yeah, and we know, I don't know if it's the right time period, but Judas Priest had a big song called Breaking the Law, and Motley Crue is known for wrecking hotel rooms, so we said Breaking the Law.
It's going to be a long game. We lost another coin flip. It is Money for Nothing.
Sorry, Ken.
It's okay. Nobody listens to me. It's fine.
Yeah, the second verse contains a couple homophobic slurs, which they have taken out of more recent like live performances of it. But Nikki Sixx has said for years that he thinks that the song about men with ridiculous outfits and the makeup that the protagonist of the song is singing about is like, it has to be about us.
Well, antagonist of the song.
This is going to be like the ultimate coin flip game. Every question. Wow, we'll keep it going, I guess.
Yeah, I actually read a bit
really
about that song because so it's like written from the perspective of a guy that the singer of Dire Straits was overhearing one day talking about like the modern culture, right? So it's not
because he was a
perspective.
Yeah, he was a repairman of some sort. So the song's like juxtaposing that against working as an artist or musician.
Right. Yes.
All right, let's see if we can get a correct answer here.
Hey, we're in the hunt here. We're in the hunt. This isn't your fault, Blake.
Yeah, it's not your fault. It's just 50-50.
Not music.
Round 1, question 4 is not about music. It's about the moon. What four-word expression for an accomplishment or arrival stems from the name of the lunar module used in Apollo 11?
Carl, I think I might know one.
Okay.
I think it's the eagle has landed.
Forward expression? Yeah, that sounds good.
Yep, we agree. The eagle has landed.
Full points to both teams. It was called the Eagle, and Neil Armstrong, I believe, did say the eagle has landed, which has entered parlance as a way to say something has either arrived or you accomplished something grand.
The eagle has indeed landed, as we both got points.
Yeah, we're on the board.
Oh, how poetic. All right, round 1, question 5. Your category is musical terms that do not match their spelling. What word is used to describe the quality of a sound or tone separate from its pitch or intensity?
Yep, we're locked in.
Describe the quality of sound or tone. Carl, I think it's timbre. Timbre.
Okay. Like I said before, music is my worst category, so I'll follow your lead on that.
Yes. Sadly, I was a music major, and music is still my worst category. Pop music. But anyway.
I think you're getting confused with one of the leads of Arrested Development, but no, we said timbre as well, spelled like timber.
Yeah, not the Kesha song.
Oh, I did spell it wrong. Fair enough.
Both teams are correct. It is spelled TAM, but you say it like a logging term because the language works that way.
And what was your instrument, Paige?
Voice. I was a voice major.
Oh, awesome. Both of us are on the board. We've turned the tide, and both teams have 20, so we're neck and neck.
All right, let's keep this progress going with round 1, question 6. Your category is What a Twist. What 1988 adaptation of an 1838 novel was the first animated film to gross $100 million in its initial release?
After discussing a few options, me and Neil are going to lock in.
So, Paige, do you have any idea? Otherwise, I might have one.
I'm happy to hear yours. I also have an idea, but you go first.
So based on the title of the clue, What a Twist, I'm thinking of Oliver Twist. So maybe Oliver and Company?
Yeah. Why should I worry? Yep.
Oh yeah, it had William Joel. A lot of William Joel songs in it, right? Or was it Huey Lewis, or was it both?
I can't remember. Was Billy Joel All Dogs Go to Heaven, or
I
was
think it
that
was.
Oliver and Company?
I think it was Billy Joel.
It was?
At least I'm pretty sure he was
Yeah, I forgot
the
about
voice?
that one.
Question mark.
We had a coin flip too, and we should have went the other way too.
Well, based on the years, we were thinking about Oliver Twist based on the clue there, but based on the years, we went with The Little Mermaid, an animated film much closer to my heart.
Yeah, Vet Tech. Its rating, vets and dogs are correct. I think Mermaid was the year afterwards, and I would have bet that was the one that did this, but no, the year before, even though it does not get as much attention nowadays, it was Oliver and Company that first broke the $100 million barrier.
Okay. That's one that I've maybe seen one time when I was like a child.
Yeah, like a assembly or something, or
Yeah, it does not.
I know
does not hold a big place in my mind or heart.
I know the cover, but that's about it.
The soundtrack had Billy Joel and Huey Lewis on it, so
there you go.
both correct.
2 for
And Barry
1.
Manilow.
Wow, all the big hitters.
All right. Round 1, question 7. Your category is video games. What office item refers to a game balancing technique that boosts players in losing positions and may harm those in front? For example, Mario Kart provides powerful items such as bullet bills and stars to those close to last place. I guess I should specify. You probably have plenty of these in your home as well.
All right, Neil. We've been thinking about this for a couple minutes. Nothing's really coming to us, so I think we might have to tap out on this one. I've heard of nerfing, but typically Nerf guns are not found in the office. So,
So, Paige, I have an idea, and I don't think
good.
it's so much as an office supply as something you might find in like your junk drawer. I think this is a rubber band or rubber banding.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Once you
Let's go
said
with that.
junk drawer, I was like, oh, he's onto something.
Carl is correct for its rating
Yay.
techs and dogs. Because the idea is, you stretch a rubber band, and they don't want that, so you want it to get closer by giving powerful items. Yes,
Oh, nice.
The term is rubber banding, but rubber band is acceptable.
Very cool.
We need a star right now, or maybe like a banana to throw at them.
Blue shell.
Yeah,
You'll
blue
need
shell.
more than
Please,
banana.
please no blue shell. Please no blue shell.
Round 1, question 8. Your category is Magazine Awards. Since the Time Person of the Year's inception, every elected president has been Person of the Year at least once, with one exception. Herbert Hoover, elected in 1928, never received the honor. Who oversaw a merger of car companies, commissioned the world's one-time tallest building, and received the award in 1928 instead?
So, Paige,
Carl,
when I
any
think,
thoughts?
do you have an idea? So when I hear cars and tall buildings, I think of Chrysler. I know the Chrysler building was
Yes.
tall at one point. Is tall.
I like it. That makes more sense than Sears, which is what was in my head.
Yeah, yeah, let's go with Chrysler.
Yes.
That's what popped into my head as well. I don't know the man's first name. Maybe it's Orville or something. It's 1928, but we're just going to say Chrysler.
His first name is Walter. Both teams are correct. It is Walter Chrysler.
Nice. Back on the board, Neil.
Mm-hmm. We're coming back.
And Texan Dogs on a little bit of a streak here.
I know.
Round 1, question 9. Your category is Unfortunate Records. What NFL team currently owns the record for longest postseason win drought? Their last win was in 2000, 1 year after their legendary quarterback retired without a ring.
We will lock in with a guess.
How do you feel about NFL, Paige?
It's not my best thing.
So I have two thoughts. I'm thinking, 90s NFL, quote unquote, legendary quarterbacks. The first one I think of is Dan Marino with the Dolphins. And the second is Troy Aikman with the Cowboys, because I know that they have a really long streak where they either haven't won a game or haven't been to the NFC Championship game. But my first gut was the Dolphins. I think that's who I'd like to go with.
For some reason, I thought the Dolphins they were in the playoffs recently.
They have been, but I don't remember them
They didn't
winning
win.
any games.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Cool. Let's go with the Dolphins.
Yeah, so we were...
The laces in or out, Neil?
Our laces in our we were thinking Dolphins as well. Elway, I think, who's my favorite, did retire in '99, but they obviously went to the Super Bowl. They won the Super Bowl. And maybe, unless I misheard the question, so we were thinking Elway, and then Aikman too. Same thing, because they've had a really big drought. But yeah, we wanted to say Dolphins. We actually went with Aikman.
It's raining Texan dogs have the correct answer. It is the... I'm sorry if you didn't remember this, but I did say their legendary quarterback retired without a ring. Aikman did have a couple rings. Marino famously never did.
Oh yeah, true story.
I wrote Dolphins
Neal,
right
you
away.
must think like the Dolphin.
I know. I wrote Dolphins like immediately, and I should have stuck with it. It was another coin flip that we screwed up. That was my bad.
For people listening, I'm posting the questions in chat, and our Triviality team cannot see it, sadly, so sometimes details like that might get missed.
We just need to pay better attention.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So it was just Paige and I not reading the question.
Yep.
I mean,
totally.
you got
it
right.
worked out.
But the Cowboys have won a couple playoff games since Aikman's retirement. They just haven't gotten past the second round. And as Neal mentioned, the Broncos did win a Super Bowl in 2015. All right, round one, question 10. Your category is ancient games. What two-player game, estimated to be around 2,000 to 2,500 years old, derives its name from the Arabic root nakala, meaning to move?
What do you think, Paige?
Is that so? There's a game called, I think is it Mancala, where you move the marbles around
Yeah.
the thing?
Yep.
That would be my guess.
That
If Mancala is in fact a thing.
yeah, that was one of my first thoughts. I also wrote down chess and Go, but I don't think I think we go with your first gut there.
Sweet.
Yeah, who could forget the great Mancala resurgence of like 2002 or whatever that was?
I remember a couple kids brought it to school. They're like, "Have you heard of this game?" And it was just like little pieces of
Crazy Bones.
Crazy Bones. Yeah.
Yeah. So we also said Mancala.
Both teams are correct. There's versions all over the world. They found copies as far back as ancient Egypt, but nakala, you change it a little bit, it becomes Mancala.
After the first round, It's Raining Tex and Dogs team batted perfect. 5 questions correct in a row, bringing their total to 70 points. And over here at Road Warriors, we're still a little bit behind. We're at 40 points going into the swing round.
Before we get to that, really quickly want to remind everybody about the option to join us over on Patreon.
Yeah, we're so excited and proud to have all of our Patreon members, including those of our guests joining us today, because we've been able to build out sort of our new Sweat Lodge 2.0 with all of your help. We got some slightly more comfortable chairs than we had before, so our spine isn't numb after 8 or 10 hours of recording during the day. We got some new sound dampening equipment, and we're going to have some more equipment coming. So it's all because of our patrons. We couldn't do it without you. If you'd like to join the show to help in that respect, by giving us as little as $5 a month, like a cup of coffee, to help us out, you can do that, and you can get all of our newest episodes ad-free and a bunch of bonus episodes that we release weekly over on Patreon. Or if you just want to help out and just be a part of the group, you can do so, even at $1. So.
And just a reminder that the continuation of the show is all thanks to our patrons. That is the bulk share of where we are funded. Mm-hmm. Even though we do have some ads, it mostly still comes from Patreon. So can't thank them enough. And please do consider going to patreon.com/trivialitypodcast. All right, let's jump into the swing round. What do you have for us?
Well, you might remember my round last time that went over so well.
Remind us.
I'm so sorry, Carl, but it was about one-hit wonders, and we're going to do that again.
No.
This time I'm being a little nicer and giving you the year. And this time, if you get either the artist or song name, we'll give you 2 points. If you get both, we'll give you 5.
All right. So, yeah, give us that list here.
All right. Question 1 is from 1969. This long, early heavy metal track's title stems from someone slurring a biblical location. Question 2, from 1982. Popularized by the movie Valley Girl, This romantic hit literally describes a couple making love while an atomic bomb is dropped. From 1983, this non-English song was inspired by the band's guitarist witnessing a Rolling Stones concert where something was released into the air. Question 4, from 1987. A fiery political tune voted the third best Australian song of all time in 2001. Number 5, from 1988, the only a cappella track to reach number 1 on the US Hot 100. From 1992, it was accused of objectification, though its artist defended the song as empowering and bucking racist beauty trends. From 1997, number 7, this anarchist punk band has offered many explanations for their name, all of which are likely BS. Number 8, due to an uncleared orchestral sample, this Britpop classic earned the band very little money. From 1997 for number 9 as well. An annoying dance pop song that was sampled on the soundtrack to a 2023 blockbuster. And number 10 from 2005, the number 1 song of the year in 2006 that might be best remembered as the elimination soundtrack on American Idol.
All right, we have our one-hit wonders. We'll be right back and see how many we can get.
Raise the rudders! Raise the sails! Raise the sails!
Captain, an unidentified ship is approaching. Over.
Roger. Wait, is that an Enterprise sales solution?
Reach sales professionals, not professional sailors. With LinkedIn ads, you can target the right people by industry, job title, and more. Start converting your B2B audience today. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started today at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, it's Paris. You know I love sparkly things, right? Like stars. Duh. And thanks to Hilton and AutoCamp, I just slept under them. Picture me, serving looks by the fire outside my luxurious Airstream, making s'mores with the kids, while a national park is our backdrop. The great outdoors meets Hilton hospitality. That's hot. Explore all the new ways to stay at Hilton.com. Hilton for the stay.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso and Samra Origins by the Weekend Coffee Collection.
Introducing Samra Origins. My collaboration with Nespresso is a connection to my roots, to my mother, Samra. Coffee that hits the right notes. It transports you. Crafted with unique notes and bold soaring flavors. Experience a taste that moves you. Nespresso and Samra Origins.
Discover more at Nespresso.com.
And we are back. We have some answers for these one-hit wonders. Let's go ahead and get the descriptions one more time and see how we did.
Number 1, from 1969. This long, early heavy metal track's title stems from someone slurring a biblical location.
Yeah, we said band Iron Butterfly and song Inagata Davida.
Yep, or as Reverend Lovejoy said, In the Garden of Eden by Iron Butterfly.
Yeah, the name comes from one of the band members drunkenly trying to say In the Garden of Eden. And yes, most people probably know it nowadays because of that Simpsons gag. It is Inagata Davida by Iron Butterfly, which I think is like 14 minutes long, which is insane. Question 2 from 1982. Popularized by the movie Valley Girl, this romantic hit literally describes a couple making love while an atomic bomb is dropped.
Yeah, this one I knew because it's in the movie and it's famous from the movie. I never knew what the context was, which now I'm never going to forget it. Thank you, Blake. But we said modern English, I melt with you.
Yeah, we had no clue, so we guessed Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus.
I knew Neal, if I put the movie here, would probably get this. Yes, when I melt with you because an atomic bomb has been dropped and you are melting together. It is I Melt With You by Modern English. Question 3 From 1983, this non-English song was inspired by the band's guitarist witnessing a Rolling Stones concert where something was released into the air.
Yeah, we don't know this one. We just kind of took a guess of a song, not a band. So we said Oye Como Va.
And we thought maybe it was La Bomba because that means bomb. And I think that's from around then, and it's not in English.
Would it help if I said that the concert was in Berlin?
Oh.
And that it was...
balloons?
It's Rolling Stones. They released 99 red balloons.
Oh, wow.
And the guitarist was inspired, and he thought, what if balloons went across the border and the Eastern Germany thought it was a missile or war? So they made 99 left balloons, red balloons by Nina.
Great fact.
Number 4, speaking of politics, from 1987. A fiery political tune, voted the 3rd best Australian song of all time in 2001.
Feel bad for Australian listeners. We couldn't pull this one, so we just came up with Burn It Down by the Rabbit Proof Fences.
Yeah, Paige had a pretty good line on this one. She's pretty sure Midnight Oil with, she was guessing Beds Are Burning for the song title.
Paige, it was so funny watching you struggle to get this one. You said it first, and then you kept doubting yourself. It is Beds Are Burning by Midnight Oil.
We talked about Midnight Oil. I know they're a big Australian band, but I thought they had way more hits, but maybe more...
I don't think I know that song.
Yeah, maybe it's more hits in Australia, just not, I guess global. But...
They're one of my favorite bands, but that's...
Yeah, it's the one that said they're saying that the time has come to say fair's fair, to pay the rent, to pay our share, talking about Aboriginal rights in Australia.
Yeah, the song's about a missile testing on Aboriginal land where they had to move them off of it, forcibly push them off the land, and then their houses were blown up, so the beds were burning.
I'll have to check that one out.
Highly recommend. Great band. Question 5 from 1988. The only a cappella track to reach number 1 on the US Hot 100.
Yeah, this one is us listening to It's Raining Texan Dogs get all the questions right. And we put Don't Worry, Be Happy, Bobby McFerrin.
Yep, us too. That was what came to mind when you said a cappella.
Yep,
Bobby McFerrin, Don't Worry, Be Happy.
It is Don't Worry, Be Happy by Bobby McFerrin. The dude's crazy with his voice, by the way. If you watch live performances of him, the stuff he can do with his voice is insanity, and it's kind of a shame he's only known for this.
It's so good. He's so good.
All right. Now, question 6 from 1992. It was accused of objectification, though its artist defended the song as empowering and bucking racist beauty trends.
Oh my God. We said Baby Got Back by Sir Mix-a-Lot.
We also said Baby Got Back by Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Yeah, it's so funny to think of this song as being like controversial like that, because I think most people nowadays just see it as a huge joke, but that's what people talked about in 1992 with this song. It is Sir Mix-a-Lot from Seattle with Baby Got Back. Question 7 from 1997. This anarchist punk band has offered many explanations for their name, all of which are likely BS.
Yeah, we said Tub Thumping, Chumbawamba.
Yep, we said the same thing, even though that entire album is really good.
It's excellent. Thank you.
It's really good.
The album is called Tub Thumper, as Paige said. And yes, it is Tub Thumping by Chumbawamba. Very long, like 35-year career, and they did darn near everything, including blatantly selling out, which they were very happy to do on this song and make this silly British drinking song. Question 8 from 1997. Due to an uncleared orchestral sample, this Britpop classic earned the band very little money.
Yeah, great music video. We said Bittersweet Symphony by The Verve.
Yeah, we just guessed Wonderwall by Oasis, knowing that was probably wrong.
Yeah, that very prominent violin from Bittersweet Symphony is a sample of a Rolling Stone orchestral rearrangement, and as a result, they lost the rights to it, and they earned very little money from this song. They're a lot bigger in the UK. This is kind of all they're known for, but it is Bittersweet Symphony by The Verve. Question 9 from 1997. An annoying dance pop song that was sampled on the soundtrack to a 2023 blockbuster.
Yeah, this is the song that made us realize what Ken sounds like by Hiya, Bobby. We said Aqua and Barbie Girl.
We did not know, so we said Macarena. Though I think we guessed Barbie Girl for a different one, but that's okay.
You were talking about Barbie Girl for the Sir Mix-a-Lot one.
We were, yes.
But yeah, it got I don't know if the actual song is in the movie, but it got sampled in Nicki Minaj, and someone else did a rap song that sampled it as well for the movie. It is Barbie Girl, Aqua. They also were pretty big across Europe, but in the US we only know them for this song. For better or for worse, because a lot of people really hate this. And round 10, the most recent one-hit wonder from 2005. The number one song in 2006 that might be best remembered as the elimination soundtrack on American Idol.
Couldn't remember the artist, but we know anytime you got eliminated, you had a bad day. So that's what we put.
Yeah, Paige carried us through this. This was the only one that I knew, and it's a bad day, and I believe the artist is Daniel Powter.
Carl, I was very impressed that this was the only one you knew. I was like, this of all of them, this is the one you know. I was really impressed.
Embarrassed. Yeah.
I'm saying this as a compliment because I thought this was one of the harder ones to know. It is "Bad Day" by Daniel Powter, the number one song in 2006. And he did have a big cocaine problem, amazingly, afterwards, just kind of derailed his career. This song and Don't Worry, Be Happy are among a handful where they went to number one with the song and then never had anything else chart. With Don't Worry, Be Happy, that makes sense. But with this, it's like nothing else.
I know, it's crazy how the music industry can work sometimes. I just learned that if you're on Spotify, in order to make minimum wage full-time as a music artist, you need 600,000 streams per month, which is crazy. All right, after the swing round, it looks like it's raining Tex and Dogs are going to pick up 30 points, bringing their total to a clean 100. And trying to make a comeback, Road Warriors over here, we picked up 37 points, bringing our total to 77.
All right, let's move along to round 2 and see if the Road Warriors can get back in this.
All right, after that laborious series of questions, we're going to be really short with this one. Round 2, question 1, your category is education. What is the only state with multiple Ivy League universities?
I forget which the Ivy Leagues are, but New York?
That was my guess as well.
Because Cornell and Columbia? Maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a good guess. We were thinking about Massachusetts with maybe Harvard and MIT, but I don't think MIT is technically the Ivy League. So we're going to say New York as well.
Both teams are correct. It is New York with Columbia and Cornell. Massachusetts, yeah, MIT is not considered an Ivy League based on everything I saw, so it's only Harvard there.
Got to have Ivy.
Mm-hmm. That's right. There's no literal Ivy on the walls.
It's too metropolitan.
All right, on to round 2, question 2. Your category is vocabulary. What adjective for excessive attention to detail is derived from being stuck in one of Freud's 5 stages of psychosexual development?
All right, we had a discussion. Not too confident, but we're going to lock in.
Do you have any guess, Paige?
Maybe meticulous?
Yeah, sure. We can do that. I don't have any other guess.
Yeah, I can't link it to Freud, but I don't know Freud that well. And that's the only word I can think of. So,
yeah, same problem here, Paige. We're just gonna say like hyper focused.
It is neither hyper focused or meticulous. If I said that the stage it's in reference to is the anal stage, would that help you?
I wrote it down. Was it anal retentive?
It is anal retentive.
Ah,
I wrote that was the joke answer I wrote down, and we coin flipped.
Oh, Neal, come on.
The idea is that you're retaining qualities. You're from the anal stage of psychosexual development in Freud's crazy mind, but yes.
As we all retain qualities in the anal stage. Yeah. Man, this is like a true coin flip game. I've never been a part of something like this before. This is crazy.
All right, round 2, question 3. Your category is best-selling music. Since the year 2000, the best-selling album of the year in the United States has twice been a soundtrack to a live-action musical. One of them was from a TV movie, the first in a trilogy. The other was criticized for its historical revisionism. Name one for 10 points and both for 15.
Yep, we're feeling good about this one, actually, so we're locked in.
So, Paige, I think the first one might be High School Musical.
Oh, I love it. And Gonna say the second one's probably Hamilton.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Okay, we agree with you on the first one. Although there is some historical revisionism in Hamilton, we're thinking more of like a straight to film musical, and we're gonna say The Greatest Showman.
I'm sorry, Texan Dogs. I changed it around a bit. It should have said live action musical film. The first one is High School Musical. The second one is Hugh Jackman's The Greatest Showman, which was criticized for sort of whitewashing what he did and the harm he inflicted upon animals and such.
And humans.
Yeah, P.T. Barnum, not a good dude.
Not a good
Not a
dude.
good dude.
Is
The
that?
reason
Keep going. Sorry, go ahead.
The reason I specified live action musical is because Frozen was also a best-selling soundtrack, so I needed to say that to throw that out. All right, round 2, question 4 is about a different podcast, hilariously. Musical conspiracies. In 2020, Pineapple Street Studios launched a podcast investigating whether what 1990 mega hit was written by the CIA. The song reached number 4 on the American Billboard Hot 100, but hit number 1 across much of Europe, including the band's native country.
All right, we have kind of a wild guess here. Don't know why, but we're locking in.
Blake, you're killing me with all these music questions. I don't have any idea, Paige.
And I am afraid I am also of absolutely no help. So.
All right, sounds like they're tapping out. We're gonna say They're Coming to Get You, Barbara, and say maybe it's Zombie by the Cranberries.
It's not a bad guess, but that's later in the 90s. It's a song about the Berlin Wall falling, and you can hear the winds of change. It's Winds of Change by the Scorpions.
Oh, okay. Scorpions, were they from
Slash
Germany?
the CIA.
They're from Germany, yes. Slash the CIA. You're right. I'm sorry.
I love that the CIA, there's like one guy at the CIA in a cubicle, like tasked with writing a song for the Scorpions.
Did you write that hair metal song today, Johnson?
But yeah, it's the soundtrack to the Berlin Wall falling, and they made a podcast about this, in my opinion, ridiculous conspiracy theory. But what do I know? Round 2, question 5. Your category is history repeating itself. What title is shared between a 1497 event in which supporters of Dominican friar Girolamo Savonarola destroyed numerous items deemed objectionable, and a 1987 novel by Tom Wolfe praised as one of the defining depictions of 1980s Wall Street and New York City?
Carl, I think this is Bonfire of the Vanities.
Yeah, let's go with it.
Which I know because of Assassin's Creed. Thank you, Ezio.
Claudia.
Yeah, I got this one from a movie that the book that was based on the book, because I've never read the book. But yeah, we said Bonfire of the Vanities.
Yes, it was turned into a very controversial movie with infamous behind the scenes. Yes, it is Bonfire of the Vanities. So Bonfire of the Vanities is kind of a catch-all term. Like, it happened multiple times where the clergymen would destroy items deemed as objectionable. But this event is considered the most famous of it. And yes, it was done in Assassin's Creed, as Paige found out the answer to. And then metaphorically, this novel is about the wealth and glitz of 80s New York and Wall Street.
Well, to the first half of that round, I say adio, Claudia. And we edged out a little bit in the first half of that round. So we're at 112, but still in the lead overall is Texan Dogs with 130.
On to round 2, question 6. Your category is mistakes in art. Despite its popular name implying otherwise, what 1642 painting actually depicts civil guardsmen during the day? Its shadowy appearance is due to thick varnish and dust accumulating over time.
Yep, we are locked in.
What you thinking, Carl?
Not a whole lot.
I think with the clue, with the name implying otherwise, it might be the Night Watch. I think it's Night Watch or Night Watchman, and I think it's Night Watch. Maybe.
Okay. I trust you on that.
We agree. I had the pleasure of laying my eyes on this painting this summer, so we agree.
And you didn't lay on the painting?
I did not lay on the painting. I just laid my eyes across
You just
the
get really
canvas.
dusty. Yes, the painting that we know as The Night Watch by Rembrandt was painted to look like it was during the day. It was fairly bright, but over time it got varnish and dust put on it, and so nowadays we think it takes place at night, even though it does not. The painting's original name is obviously not Night Watch. That was added to it later because of this event. More art coming up. Round 2, question 7. Your category is LGBT art. Due to social stigma and fears surrounding the AIDS pandemic, it was rare for victims to receive a funeral. Activist and friend of Harvey Milk, Cleve Jones, conceived of a 54-ton piece of community folk art as a way to remember the deceased and raise advocacy for the condition. What type of item is this piece?
Carl, I really want to know the answer to this one because I feel like I should, but I do not know what it is.
I feel the same way.
Hey, Paige, welcome to our world.
What kind of art? Maybe like a mobile? Like a big spinny thing? Or just a statue, but that seems kind of boring. So maybe let's go with mobile. What do you think?
Let's do that.
Yeah, so Ken wrote down love, and I'm pretty sure it was a love quilt. So we said it was a quilt.
Road Warrior is correct. It is a giant 54-ton quilt based on a bunch of patches that they got from the victims of AIDS, sadly. And it's currently in Washington, D.C., I believe. It's moved around a couple times.
That's what we need on these cold fall days, is a 54-ton quilt to comfort us as we get questions wrong here in the studio.
I've actually talked to Cleve Jones. He showed up at our school to do for our
awesome.
classroom. It was a sunny day, and I was sitting in the sun where there was shade available, and he looked at me dead on and said, "What are you doing, you fool? Why are you not in the sun?" He still does a lot of advocacy for people living with AIDS and for various social causes, played by Emil Hirsch in the Milk movie from 2008.
You might have to put that in your email signature. Cleve Jones called me a fool.
I'm sure he's called a lot of people that, though. I'm not special.
It's like in an optimistic kind of way, though.
Yeah, right.
All right, round 2, question 8. Your category is business. What does SKU stand for?
All right. Well, it's been a while since Neal and I have worked in retail, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're just going to have to tap out on this one.
Well, Paige, I don't know music, but I do have 2 business degrees on the wall behind me.
Hey.
I believe this is stock keeping unit.
I love it.
All those years of business studying leading up to this point in your life. Was he right?
It's raining Texan dogs are correct. It is stock
Yay.
keeping unit.
Nice job, Carl. Yeah.
Yeah, go Carl, go.
Woo.
I noticed the degrees behind you. I was trying to figure out what they were for, but I'm glad now we know.
Yeah. One's my MBA, one's my undergrad.
Nice.
I just have the Presidential Fitness Award on the,
Right.
on the wall behind me that I got in 5th grade.
I have the library Pizza Hut. You've read 30 books this month.
Because I could touch my toes when I was 11.
Round 2, question 9. Your category is in science. What term is used to describe the fluid motion characterized by chaotic changes in pressure and flow velocity, something experienced on many flights?
Do you think it's turbulence?
Yeah. Yep. I wasn't thinking that, but I really like that answer. Let's go with that.
Yep, once I heard that pressure was in the question, pressurization went away. Neal wrote down turbulence, and I think that's a great answer.
Both teams have said turbulence, and both teams are correct.
Nice.
Thank you to my scientist brother for giving me this question. Physicist Richard Feynman, who won a Nobel Prize, you might remember, is one of the many people in Oppenheimer. He once said that turbulence is the most important unsolved problem in classical physics. It's just impossible to predict and make a consistent formula for. Final question of regulation, round 2, question 10. My playtester said that this is one of her 2 favorite questions. The category is alternative history. In 1910, Louisiana Congressman Robert F. Broussard proposed a bill to clear out invasive plants like the water hyacinth by importing what African animal? Non-binary sci-fi author Sarah Gailey used this as the inspiration for their Hugo-nominated novella River of Teeth, in which characters ride around on these animals rather than horses.
Carl, I really want the answer to be hippopotamus.
I also want the answer to be hippopotamus because I think that might be the answer.
Sweet.
And it would be fun to
Yay.
ride around on them.
yeah.
In the fantasy novel. Yeah, we said hippo because I don't think crocodiles eat plants so much. But
Both teams have said hippos. Both teams are correct.
Yeah.
Yay.
So they found this old law or proposed bill, and they thought it sounded funny, so they made this pretty standard Wild West heist story. They just use hippos instead of horses, and they got a Hugo nomination out of it.
Very cool.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
I'd
I'm gonna
ride a
read that book
hippo.
now.
All right. Well, both teams getting 40 points in the second half of that round, bringing Texan Dogs all the way to 170. And right behind them, Road Warriors at 152.
Before we go and get the categories for the final round, just one more plug for Patreon here. Paige,
Just one more.
One more. Paige, Carl, and Blake are all Patreon members, which we appreciate. And as we said, it's really helping us continue to grow here. But we've been able to expand all of our content to do weekly content over there. And we're still trying to expand even more. But as Ken said, about 90 to 95% of what keeps us going is the money from Patreon, all the donations. Yes, we do have Airwave Media and some advertisements that you'll hear that you can get rid of if you join us on Patreon. But those ads don't nearly help support us as much as Patreon does. So if you'd like to join the fray, join Paige, Carl, and Blake, you can go to patreon.com/Triviality Podcast.
All right. What categories do we have for the final round?
So the overarching theme of the final round is going to be pieces of non-fictional writing, letters, academic essays, so on and so forth.
Goody.
So your categories are literary criticism, linguistics, African American history, political allegories, and comic book feminism and literary tropes.
All the wagers are in, and guess what? It's going to be a barn burner because both teams are all in. So, you know what, Neil? I think the team that answers the most questions right is going to be the winner today.
I think that's a good plan.
All right, in the final round, question 1, category of literary criticism. What is the title of the literary essay by critic Roland Barthes, in which he argued against relying on the biography and intentions of writers to derive meaning? The work is still often cited today, though ironically, the intent of his argument has changed as well. Final round, question 2, the category of linguistics. This is the other question that the playtester really liked. In 1855, literary publisher Charles Ollier wrote a letter claiming his son William had found a new meaning to spell an animal. He spelled it Ghoti to illustrate irregularities in English spelling and pronunciation. How is Ghoti supposed to be pronounced? Category 3 in the final round in African American history. NAACP founder W.E.B. Du Bois argued the black community needed a classical education to reach their full potential rather than an industrial one. College-educated African-American men would then sacrifice their personal interests and use their education to lead and better the black community. What alliterative term did he use to describe this group? Also the title of a 1903 essay. Question 4 in the final round in political allegories. In 1964, Henry Littlefield wrote an article in the American Quarterly arguing that What Beloved novel was an allegory for the gold and silver standard debates of the late 19th century. It is a less cogent claim in the movie adaptation because the silver item in question was changed to another color. And finally, question 5 in the category of comic book feminism and literary tropes. In 1999, future comic book writer Gail Simone began blogging about female characters facing disproportionate harm to serve as plot devices to motivate male characters. She was inspired by the death of Alexandra DeWitt, the girlfriend of Green Lantern Kyle Rayner, who was dismembered and stuffed into what household item?
All right, those are the questions. It might be a bloodbath, but we'll see when we come back from this break.
Mint is still $15 a month for premium wireless. And if you haven't made the switch yet, here are 15 reasons why you should. 1, it's $15 a month. 2, seriously, it's $15 a month. 3, no big contrast. 4, I use it. 5, my mom uses it. Are you playing me off? That's what's happening, right? Okay, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
This episode is brought to you by 20th Century Studios' new film, Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere. Starring Golden Globe winner Jeremy Allen White and Academy Award nominee Jeremy Strong. Scott Cooper, the director of the Academy Award-winning movie Crazy Heart, brings you the story of the most pivotal chapter in the life of an icon. Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere. Only in theaters October 24th. Get your tickets now.
Go further with the American Express Business Gold Card. Earn 3 times membership rewards points on flights and prepaid hotels when you book through AmexTravel.com. Whether your destination is a business conference or a client meeting, your purchases will help you earn more points for future trips. Experience more on your travels with Amex Business Gold. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-gold. Amex Business Gold Card. Built for business by American Express.
And we are back with some answers, couple guesses, couple informed answers. We'll see how we all did. It's 30s all the way down for both teams. So let's see what happens. Let's get those clues one more time.
The final round. The first question was about the name of the seminal literary essay by Roland Barthes, in which he argued against relying on the biography and intention of writers to derive meaning.
Yeah, we took a guess here. I know there's the phrase death of the artist, death of the author. So once something is released, you can't really rely on what the author said or what they went through. It's what's your interpretation, subjective. So that's what we went with.
Okay, so now I'm sad because that's what Carl said, and then I talked him out of it. We said intentional fallacy, which is kind of literally not caring what the author, what his meaning was when you're doing literary analysis.
Rhodes Scholar is correct. It is Death of the Author is the name of the essay.
We've become Rhodes Scholars.
Rhodes Scholars now, from warriors to scholars.
Paige, intentional fallacy is what you're describing, where you rely too much on the intent, and that does come from the same time period, but that's not the name of this essay. And I think a lot of people still use the phrase death of the author, but now they're using it to say, like, forget about the past bad stuff he's done, let me still appreciate the artwork, which was definitely not what Roland was intending.
Dang it.
Question 2, what was Charles Ollier meant goatee, G-H-O-T-I? How was that supposed to be pronounced?
Well, we were making some funny sounds in here, but we ended up just saying goat.
Yeah, Paige was pretty quick with this one. We said fish.
The GH sound in tough, that makes an F. The I sound of a word like woman from the O, and then the TI is supposed to be like motion, where it creates an SH. So yes, you're supposed to pronounce this word fish.
Wow.
Sure thing. Well done.
Maybe
Paige.
Charles Ollier, the literary publisher, is like, okay, William, we'll say it's fish, and then he published it, and that's what happened.
I first learned about this. I don't play it as much anymore, but in Yu-Gi-Oh, the card game, there's an archetype called goatee, which I learned there that it's supposed to be pronounced fish. The Klingon dictionary, I don't know how official this is, but the word for fish there is this. I'm not sure how it's supposed to be pronounced.
They have fish in Klingon?
Yeah, and the word for it is this. And then there's an episode of the Adam West Batman show in which a villain uses this word, and Batman has to explain to Robin what it means.
I think I missed that one.
Awesome.
Question 3. What was the alliterative term that W.E.B. Du Bois used to describe these college-educated African-American men who would lead and better the African community, or black community?
Well, we didn't know, but we just said African American Army.
We also didn't know and tried to think of something alliterative and said educated elite.
Neither of those are bad guesses. Your correct answer has to do with the fact that they are the highest percentile. It's talented 10th was the term that Du Bois used to describe them. Question 4. What did Henry Littlefield think was a allegory for the gold and silver standard debate of the late 19th century?
Yeah, the original color of Dorothy's shoes is not ruby, it's silver. So we said Wizard of Oz.
We also said the Wizard of Oz.
Both teams are correct. Is the Wizard of Oz. This essay by Mr. Littlefield is considered the first to try to ascribe like a political meaning to Wizard of Oz. You have the silver of the shoes, the green of Emerald City for money, the yellow brick road for gold would serve his arguments.
Well, guess what, guys? So far, this final round has been a wash. So it's all going to come down to this question. What did the gal get stuffed into?
What was Alexander DeWitt stuffed into, which inspired future comic book writer Gail Simone to begin blogging about the poor treatment of female characters in comic books?
Well, we were talking about an oven, a freezer, but when you say stuffed, I think of something fluffier. So we said a couch.
Yeah, we said a recliner.
The name of her blog was Woman in Refrigerator.
Ah,
talk to you out of it.
I know, it was a coin flip again.
If you might have heard the term fridging used when describing media. It still gets used today to describe when women are sort of pushed aside from stories. Deadpool 2 is a really big example of this, where the wife is killed right at the beginning of the movie to describe female characters kind of being pushed out of the story. Miss Simone later wrote a lot of very well-regarded comic books, but this was where her first get started when she started the blog Woman of Refrigerators, inspired by this event.
Well, you guys sounded disappointed for not getting that one correctly, but...
Yeah, it was truly a coin flip game. I mean, it came down to the last question, and it looks like the team of Road Warriors is going to be falling here with 122 points to end the game. But today's cream of the crop, it's Raining Techs and Dogs with 140 points. Congrats.
Good job, Carl.
Yeah, good job, Paige.
Crop rules everything around me.
Great job, both of you. What a great game, kind of going back and forth with you both. Let's start with Carl. Thanks for being here. Any shout-outs, anything you'd like to say before we let you go today?
Yeah, thanks to Blake for a great game and Paige for being a great teammate. And shout out to my wife, Vanya, and our dog, Bandit, who are hanging out downstairs right now while I do this recording.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being here. And Paige, it was so nice to have you on the show and to hang out today, and you did a great job. Any shout-outs from you?
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. I am sad that Jeff is sick, but I'm glad that I got to be here. So feel better, Jeff. Sorry. Yeah, shout out to my husband, Dan, who's occupying my dogs somewhere out of the house for so thank you to him. Thank you to Carl. You were an excellent teammate. Blake, that was a really fun game. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here. It was so much fun. And last but not least, Blake, what a great game. Thanks for putting it together. Had some great music questions, some really cool facts that now we can deep dive on our own. Any shout outs from you?
Thank you for Carl for suffering through these music questions. That's my main focus, as you can guess, unfortunate. Shout out to my coworkers. I've been very much enjoying my job. If they ever listen to this, who knows? Shout out to all the people I play board games with, including one person who said, "Well, did you host a game of Triviality?" And I said yes. And he said, "Oh, it was very difficult." The one you hosted.
No, it was great. It was a really fun game. So we really, really thank you. We thank, as we said, all of our patrons. And we also want to thank Airwave Media, our network. If you go to airwavemedia.com, you can check out a bunch of different shows. We have our friends over at the Box of Oddities. You can check out. There's a show called The Constant. Or if you'd like to check out some other history podcasts, you can do Founded, Finding the History You Missed. So check out Airwave Media. But it was really great having you here. Unfortunately, Matt and Jeff couldn't join us today.
Yeah, no thanks to them.
No thanks to them, but we think
Jeff was sick.
Jeff was sick.
Matt is sporting an emo haircut at Riot Fest.
With eyeliner, guy liner, yeah. But I feel like we held it down.
We held it down.
Yeah.
We'll let the audience decide who did it better.
Oh, that's true.
Jeff and Matt, or Ken and Neal.
Once again, it's another coin flip, so we'll have to see what the people think. So, but yeah, we'll see you next time on Triviality.
DC High Volume Batman. The Dark Knight's definitive DC Comics stories. Adapted directly for audio for the very first time.
Fear. I have to make them afraid.
He's got a motorcycle. Get after him or I'll have you shot.
You mean blow up the building?
From this moment on, none of you are safe.
New episodes every Wednesday, wherever you get your podcasts.
It feels really good to be productive, but a lot of the time it's easier said than done, especially when you need to make time to learn about productivity so you can actually, be productive. But you can start your morning off right and be ready to get stuff done in just a few minutes with the Inc. Productivity Tip of the Day podcast. New episodes drop every weekday, so listen and subscribe to Inc. Productivity Tip of the Day wherever you get your podcasts. That's Inc. Productivity Tip of the Day wherever you get your podcasts.